Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Everyday Carry for Everyday Guys. So today we have quite a few EDC questions. I'm going to do a pocket dump in a second. For those of you who want to ask questions that are Everyday Carry related, you can DM me on Instagram or inbox me on Facebook and I'll answer your question on the channel. Just put EDC Q&A or Q&A in there and your name if you want your name mentioned. So first question, Bernard Knight asks, do I carry my firearm or my belt on my hips or my waist? Bernard, that's a good question and it's going to lead straight into the pocket dump. I will show you exactly where I carry my firearm. I think it's more on my hips than my waist. Is your waist higher up than your hips? If it is, then hips. I believe a pair of jeans, those things should sit on your hips, not on your waist. You can see from the pocket dump where I carry it. So what we are running today is my Glock 19 OLED PL Pro and a Hollow Sun Red Dot. The custom work here is done by SA Lazy Engraving. This is the distance from my belly button to my belt, so you decide where that is. Bernard, the holster is a Southwest Holsters Rattler. Just get that guy back on. The belt is a Core Essentials 1.5 inch gun belt. Why do I love Core Essentials? Quite simply, open to loosen, slide to tighten. Ammo or carry ammo is Winchester Ranger 147 grain plus P, I think it is. Is it 147 or 27? I can't remember exactly. I'll have to check. I haven't shot my carry ammo for like 3 months. So that's that. Core Essentials gun belt. Trustfire T3. We're going to be talking about this a bit because that's quite interesting. On this hip we have my EDC defensive blade, the Cold Steel Minitac in a Southwest Holsters sheath, my Benchmade Griptilian from Blades and Triggers done by the guys at Ultimate Edges, and then in the back pocket we have the old Leatherman Scully tool. As far as I'm concerned, it is the best Leatherman ever made, but that's just my opinion. And I'm still running the Atmos wallet from Strauss & Co. And the t-shirt, for those of you who watched one of my recent videos, is the Urban Warrior General tee that conceals your EDC stuff like nobody's business. So that's the first question answered. Rainer Smith, who is Smith right on Instagram, do you go to the shooting range often? What earmuffs do you carry? Some reviews on them perhaps. So I go to the shooting range as often as I can. I try to go at least a few times a month. But with lockdown and things like that, it's been a bit difficult. The ear protection I run, one second. The Earmore M31s. So I did a full review on this. This is available from Cerberus Tactical Outfitters. I just like them. They work. They are electronic hearing protection and they do a really good job. They do a good job of filtering out the high decibel rate of gunfire, but filtering in the low decibel rate of people talking. So when it comes to doing courses and things like that, we have to press into instruction. This is definitely what you want to go for, or something similar. Now, I'm very rarely on the range alone, so if someone's with me and they don't have hearing protection, then I'll give them these, or over-ear hearing protection, because that's less invasive. And then I will run these. This is available from SA Tactical Institute. These are the Surefire Sonic Hearing Protection, and they are more of your in-ear ear pro. So you don't want to give this to someone else because this has to go like into your ear, right? Whereas the others go over ear. Make sense? Okay, and then what carry condition do you carry your firearm in? I carry, is it called condition 0? I think it's condition 0. I carry with a round in the chamber and the magazine loaded. I carry a Glock 19, so there is no manual safety, so I think it's condition 0. It's actually bad that I can't remember the exact conditions, but I'm pretty confident it's condition 0. And then strangely following up from that, a Instagram page called EDC Life. How did I get, basically asking how I got comfortable with carrying my firearm in condition 0 or with a round in the chamber. And the simple answer to that is that I never didn't. Like from day one, I carried my firearm with a round in the chamber. And you have to remember, that modern firearms and modern holsters, Kydex holsters, guys, Kydex holsters, unless there is a non-collapsible leather holster, it's got to be Kydex. They are safe to a point where if you don't pull the trigger, the firearm isn't going to fire. If you're not carrying a proper holster, or you're carrying a really old firearm that you aren't sure about, or a modified firearm that's been modified by someone in the backyard that doesn't know what they're doing, I can't talk for that. But like if you're carrying a modern Glock, CZ, SIG, H&K, Smith & Wesson, what am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. If you're carrying one of those, you're pretty well safe, eh? Like, just don't pull the trigger negligently. And owning a firearm, carrying a firearm is a commitment to safety. You have to hold yourself to a higher standard. You have to get trigger finger control. And if you can do that, you pretty much should be good to go. I believe that's the best way to carry a firearm, because I was hijacked in 2011, and I've replayed that hijacking over and over in my mind, and there was never an instance where I thought I would be able to get the firearm out, rack the slide, get proper side picture sight alignment, and squeeze the trigger. Right? That happens. It happens. I know it's a cliche, but it happens in like milliseconds. So your tool, your knife needs to be sharp, just like your gun needs to be loaded. And something I sort of wanted to answer on the channel, someone asked why I carry my knife on my strong side as opposed to my weak side. And when I say my knife, I mean my defensive blade, which I carry here. And I would draw this knife using the same motion I would use to draw my firearm, right? Totally the same thing. So there comes the firearm, and in the same motion, there comes the knife. Now, the reason I carry it on my strong side is because, firstly, a knife is a deadly weapon. Even a knife of this size, people seem to think the blade has to be like that big to be deadly. There's not a lot of space inside the human body for a blade to go where it's not going to hit something vital. Okay? The human body is an incredibly efficient design. There isn't spare space in there for things to pierce through the skin and just chill around there. Okay, so you don't even need that big a knife. The reason I carry it on my strong side is because if I was ever going to fend, it would always be with my weak hand, right? I'm always going to attack with my strong hand. So I want the weapon, the deadly weapon, in my strongest hand. I don't want it in my weak hand. Okay, and I've not trained for that either. Similarly, if someone was going to fight the weapon out of one of these hands, it's going to be this hand because this hand is weak. Also, if I'm facing up to someone, one of the biggest deals with weapons is weapon retention. I can face up to them, and I'm going to stand up, and I can angle my hips to where the knife is away from my potential enemy, who would be here, kind of thing, right? So here there's nothing, it's cool. If I was going to go for my knife, right, it would be with this hand on this side to where the person I'm facing up to can't really see anything. So also, if I want to get rid of my knife, right, and clear my cover garment, this is the hand I would do it with. Having something in this hand clinched is going to affect that. There's lots of literature on how people under duress can't even open their hand. So I would much prefer all my deadly tools in my right hand, which is my strongest hand, and this hand for administrative things like pushing people away, fending, blocking, covering, that sort of thing. This is more than likely going to be defending, and this is more than likely going to be attacking. That's my opinion, though. If you are trained differently, or if you know different, or have been trained different, or have been instructed different, you have to follow the instructor you choose and make your own decision. This is only my opinion. Everything on the channel is an opinion. Nothing is a recommendation. Okay, how do I clean my red dot? How do I clean my red dot? What I'm assuming that you are meaning is... What I'm assuming you're meaning... We are empty now, eh, guys? What I'm assuming you're meaning is how do I clean the glass of my red dot? Usually when you buy a red dot, like the Hollow Sun or any modern red dot, they will come with like a piece of cloth that you can wipe it with. What I've noticed with the Hollow Sun is the actual optic window, the actual window itself is quite far in, right? So it doesn't pick up that much dust that easily. So I've actually not really had to do much cleaning with this red dot. although if I look at the glass, I can see some dirt and some dust, but it's not so much that when I'm focusing on the dot that it obscures my view. Now, what's important to remember is when you use a red dot, right, you are not looking at the glass or the window. You're looking through it and focusing on something much further in distance. So that little dust, you don't even really see it. But it's a good question. And cleaning a red dot, I mean, just take a handkerchief or something and just wipe it out every once in a while. I don't blow it out. I did that once, but that mists up the window. So I don't know how well you guys can see. But I mean, I haven't cleaned this in weeks. I wouldn't say. I haven't cleaned in about 2 weeks. And that glass and that dot are still fine. Okay, Rainer Smith. I know you're looking into budget items, the best for the cheapest this year. Can't wait to see it. On another note, I'm keen for an EDC knife, but something small, lightweight with a bulk clip. I saw on the internet the Spyderco Dragonfly was one of the top 10 subjectively voted knives of 2020. Have you seen this knife and what's your opinion on it? I haven't seen that knife. The knife I'm currently running is as I said, the Benchmark Reptilian. This is quite the pricey knife. It's around 2,500 Rand. The deal with knives, you're gonna get what you pay for, but there are some really good local options. Case in point, this guy, the Honey Badger large assisted opening folder. Honey Badger, a local company, I think they're made by Ultratech here in South Africa, and you can get this with a D2 blade steel right now for, I think they're under 1,000 Rand. This would be, if you're looking for a budget good knife option that will last and that many people are very impressed with, go for Honey Badger. The Spyderco knives here in South Africa, look, Spyderco is a highly reputable brand, so you're not really going to go wrong. They're just really expensive here in South Africa. And so if you're looking for a budget option, or you aren't a knife enthusiast, right, you aren't sure yet, are you going to carry a knife every single day? If it's your first knife, then I almost would recommend you go for something slightly less expensive, because you don't want a 3, 4, 5,000 Rand knife sitting in your cupboard, and that'll put you off pocket knives when they are really useful utilitarian tools. And this Honey Badger, I've had it for a few years now, and this was my EDC knife, and it's another knife that goes into my EDC backpack. It has never failed me. This action has been as smooth as it is now since the day I got it. It is a great option, and as you saw with that assisted opening mechanism, if you do want to run it, I don't recommend running a pocket knife defensively. I'll try to do this really slowly. You see what's happening there? And there you go. So if you do want to, you can. Okay, this is going to be the last question today, guys. Also from Rainer Smith. Appendix is my preferred carry position, even though several guys still believe that it is the worst carry position for Saving Privates of Ryan. That's actually quite good. Could you do a review on carry positions, the myths, the truths, the advantages? Thank you. P.S. Sorry for all the questions. My personal opinion on carry positions is carry where you want to carry. Right? If you're uncomfortable with appendix carry, then don't carry appendix carry. Just be cool enough to say, I don't like appendix carry, but it's okay if you like appendix carry, right? I don't like strong side. It doesn't work for me. I carried strong side for almost a year before I switched to appendix, because I really wanted to try it out. I'm not as fast. It's way more uncomfortable. It's especially uncomfortable if you're in a vehicle. It's almost impossible to draw if you're in a vehicle. It really is a what you like situation. Just be cool enough as an EDC to say, I don't like it, but it's okay if you like it. We all EDCers. The most important thing is that you safely carry your firearm every single day. That's all that really matters. Get the training, obviously, but the more firearm carriers there are in this world, the better the world will be. Imagine you walk into a shopping mall wanting to rob it, and out of 15 people, 10 of them are everyday carriers, and they all have their firearms on them. You with your 3 or 4 guys wanting to rob your store are going to have a hard time, because EDC is also the mindset, the protector mindset. Once you strap that gun on, once you put that knife on, your mind changes to, I'm a protector now, I'm no longer a victim. That's the most important thing. EDC changes the victim mindset. I'm going off on a rant. Guys, I might see you guys later on for a mail time review. Thank you to all of those who watched my my gameplay of Ghost Recon, right? I really appreciate your comments. Someone actually asked, could I make like a South African version of it? So I'm going to try to work that and try to play like a South African kind of thing, get my guys kitted out like maybe the Reckies or whatever the case may be, and do a patrol playthrough. We'll see. But I really appreciate that's something I really enjoyed, and I really wouldn't mind making more of that. This weekend I think I'm going to do a review of my range bag, if not this weekend, next weekend, but it'll be coming pretty soon. And then I'll see you guys soon for some more EDC gear reviews and thoughts and Q&As. Remember, if you want to ask me a question, just pop it. You can DM me on Instagram, or you can message me or inbox me on Facebook, and just put EDC Q&A in there and your name, and I'll ask your question on the channel. That is it, guys. Have a good week. Be safe. Try not. Cheers. God bless.